Alright, so from what I heard, I got some packages today. I'm just not getting home from work. But I'm super excited. It's a late night vlog right here. Let me turn on some light. Let me slow down. Get my boots off so I can see what I got. Let's see who's all up. Oh, we got clothes in here. Yeah. How much?
Y'all was taking the picture. Because I'm gonna go get some water. Okay, I'm going.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to break this box down. Look how big this thing is, man. Take up like a majority of the wall. But I'm gonna have to break that down this weekend when I get some free time. But the next thing that I did get, finally, is my pump. So this is the Rule 3700. Basically, it's a marine pump. This is what they use to pump water out of boats. But like I said, on a lot of these, on some of these race cars, I did some research, which I didn't know until now. But I'm guessing a lot of people actually use these as coolant pumps for the heat exchanger. This is the pump. It's a pretty big pump. And like I said, this thing goes directly in the water. So yeah, this is the Rule 3700 bench pump. And all it does is you just have to splice the wires. They already have the wires hooked up. Let's see if I can get a good little image of it. These are basically the wires right here. This is pretty much it. All I would do is put the pump in, hook up the line, and it's two wires, one here and one here. You can barely see it, but it's here. And that's pretty much it. That's how you hook it up. So it's pretty self-explanatory, really simple. I got my tools. I got some more connectors so I can connect the wires. And I'm gonna see if I can connect it really quick. See if it works, if it's getting power to it, and drop it in the water and be done. So one of the first things I'm gonna need actually is a bucket, which I got my cleaning bucket right here. Got some junk in it, but take this cleaning bucket and I'm actually gonna drain all of that water out. That's one of the first things that you have to do, get all that water out. Some people usually will pour it back in right after, but this water has been sitting in this car since I got it. Better, that's a whole lot better. Okay, so as you can see, there's my spout right there for the hole to drain the water. And this is what I was saying. You have these two wires. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have the two wires right here that you just splice together. And that's pretty much it. You have the wires that's running from the actual pump. Here's the old pump right here. You can see it's just worn and dirty. The water is dirty and everything. So I'm guessing it finally just gave out. But all of these are made for water. So first things first, let's drain this water out. Hopefully that's enough space to catch all of that water. It should be. So that'll take a little while. Let that drain. Then I'll be able to get to the pump. And like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. Got the black and you got the red wire. The ground and the hot wire pretty much. And then on the new pump, you kind of just splice them together. And like I said, I have connectors inside. Actually, I need to go grab those really quick. All right, close this really quick. So I came prepared from work. I brought some connectors. Got quite a few of them in here somewhere. Here they are. They're everywhere. So, all I have to do is set these somewhere safe. Water is pretty much almost all drained out. But it'll be done in a little bit. So, all I have to do now, I'm gonna disconnect these. That's from the inside right here. Just getting the last of that water out. Yep, that's about it. All right, so all I have to do is disconnect these two right here. Pull this one off. That's one. Pull this one off. That's two. And then I gotta run this off. Let's see. Let me get all of this together and I'll be back. So I ended up having to use a box cutter. I forgot, that's the only thing I forgot to get was my cutters, which I'm pretty sure I have some in that box of tools over there, but I ended up cutting it with the box cutter. So now I can go ahead, pull this off. This is what holds it together. So now, carefully, I can run these wires through here. I don't want them to touch the water or anything. Got those out the way. And now the fun part is actually unclamping these clamps. Look how rusted they are. I'm pretty sure they're 10 millimeter. I hope they're 10 millimeter because that's what I brought. They might be an 8. But I have pliers, so I'll have to improvise if needed. That's a 13. Let's see if I can get to them. Let's see if I can unclamp this. And once again, I'll be right back. All I have to do is loosen it a bit, but I'll see if I can unclamp these and then I'll be right back. All right. So from what it looks like, look at these clamps. They've been in this thing for so long. Like I said, this car has been flooded before and it's been sitting for almost a year. And you can see that these clamps here, they've been sitting for so long that it's so rusted right now that as soon as you touch them, little pieces starts breaking. All I have to actually do is get just this bottom clamp right here off, and then I'll be able to wiggle the pump out. Is just trying to find a way to get to, because you see it's so rusted that they're just starting to break apart, which I had to get some new clamps for it anyway. So I have to run to the auto parts probably tomorrow because I want to see if I can drive this car tomorrow again. So I need to figure out a way to get this clamp off. I could just go ahead and take the whole box out, but I don't feel like undoing these wires. I mean, undoing the hoses or anything, because it's only held down by some self-taps. So, let's see if I can figure out a way to get this clamp off. Like I said, all I need is one, just this front one off, and then I'll deal with the rest. I'm gonna end up changing both of them still, but right now, just trying to get the pump off. So I was actually able to kind of muscle the entire thing off. So now you can see what we're working with. If I can get the angle to get it out now. But I muscled it off, holes and all. So now let's do a side-by-side comparison. Here's my new one right here. Model 14A. This is my new pump. It's a little dirty for my hands. This is the old pump. And like I said, these pumps right here, they go directly in the water, as you can see. So I really need to get my coupe home, which I only have like $1,900 left to pay on that bill. So I'm gonna get that knocked out soon. So because that car has a Varimax pump, and that's one of the pumps that sits underneath the front of the car. So I don't, when I first got this one, I was checking at the front to see, because I didn't know anything about using a marine pump until now. So let's see if I can get these clamps off really quick. Right now, it's just easier for me to at least get them up, get them unhooked and everything. Let's see if I can figure out some kind of way to get these off, because this thing is a little dirty and rusted. But it's just a Phillips. I mean, it's a flathead from what it looks like. So I'll have to see if I can find a flathead and screw it out. Let's see what I have in the boxes back here. All right, it took a little time, but I was able to unclamp these. They're rusted. They still work. I'm still gonna get some new ones, but right now I'm just trying to see if this pump, get everything hooked up, see how the pump works and flows. So for the time being, I'm gonna put this back in the tank. Hook this back up right here. Get that on. Then I'll drop the pump in, and I'm actually gonna make it easier for me to unclamp these again, because how they had it, it was in a weird position. I actually need to pull it back off. Let's see if I could just, oh, that water's so nasty. I'm gonna turn this way and put that one that way, like that. So I'll actually be able to maneuver in and loosen and tighten easier. I'm actually gonna move this top clamp down a little bit more, just a little bit, because it was like right at the edge. So stick this back on here, like that. Slide this up just a little bit, right there, just like that. And now let's get this new pump in the water and see how it does. So, maneuvering and fighting with a bit to get it in, but it'll eventually go in. So now, to make sure my wires stay out of the water for right now, I'm going to push this into the hose, like so. Make sure it's in there snug. And then I'm going to get this clamp on here. That's about as far in as it'll go. Make sure my wires stay out the way. And now I need to tighten these clamps real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll change the clamps out later, but I got them on and pretty secure. The pump is in. I'm gonna refill this with some fresh water because that water is old. So yeah, the pump is pretty tight. I'm checking it right now. But now all I have to do, run these wires through this hole right here, like the other ones were. Let's set this right here really quick. See if I can pull this off. Ooh, all right. Okay, let's run these through here, this little hole right here, like so. Let's pull them out nice and tight. Make sure they're out of the way of everything. Now, so I don't forget, I need to go ahead and actually put this little connector right here on there. Let's do this really quick. Run these through here, because this is what's gonna hold it to the tank. So I'm gonna run that really quick. Run this down like so. Just like that. Now I can tighten this on, and my wires are secure and out of harm's way in the tank. So it's a little bit tighter. I don't want them in any. They're probably good with the water, but still, just to be on the safe side, I want to make sure that they're out the way. So that's what I'm doing. So I ran them, pulled them pretty tight. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to kind of put them up somewhere. Now, put my connectors on really quick. Then I'm gonna wire them up and we'll see what happens. Let's find out what I did with the original two. Here they are right here. These are my originals. And my connectors, actually, it seem like I picked the right ones to go with it. It should. If I have to redo them, I can redo them. But I may be able to get them to fit. Just kind of force it on there a little bit. But let me get these together really quick and I'll be right back. I have my wires connected. I wish I had some the shrink wrap or shrink tape, whatever you want to call it, to put around it. But first we're gonna see if it works. Both of them are hooked up. It's good to go. Let me get them out the way. I'm gonna refill this with some fresh water. Then we're gonna start the car. Well, not start it, but give it some power and then see if it flows. So let me grab this bucket from under here. Get this old pump out of the way. Let's grab this bucket. It's actually pretty full. Wow. Yeah, this is a lot of water in here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and refill it with fresh water just to be on the safe side, even though it looks clean in here, besides this bucket being a little dirty. But I'm gonna go ahead and change out this water and I'll be right back. All right, so it took me about 3 trips. This tank actually needs to be cleaned out entirely because it's rusted at the bottom. So the water still looks dirty, but it is clean water that's flowing through. So make sure there's no leaks. Besides when I forgot to close the drain. So that's good to go. No drips. So let's see what happens. All right. Now let's see. Please don't catch on fire. Please don't catch on fire. Please don't catch on fire. Let's do this. There we go. Let's see what we got now. Pump is on. So, it's working. Now I can turn this thing back off. Yeah, you can really hear it. Let's stop it and start it again. And now I can hear some water. Yep, there it goes. Working. So there you have it. This is the Rule 3700. You see how old this pump is regardless. So, as you can see, it's flowing strong too. So we got the pump working. It's pumping the water through. And let's go to bed. As you can see, it's hot. Shirt off and everything. Still have my work pants on though, but don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Like I say, we got the pump working now. That's one thing down. Now all I have left is the fuel pump. Getting 2 new fuel pumps before I go to a triple pump. And then the fuel pump controller. Those are the only 2 things, because like you said, you can either run lean or you can run hot as far as in the blower. You don't want to do both. I was doing both. So now we fixed the blower. Everything is good with the blower. We're going to have the water flowing through. So now this leaning problem, which I just need actually 1 pump, because like I say, I was only pushing 1 pump on the dyno. So I'm going to get 2 new pumps and then the pump controller back to the dyno. We good to go. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Follow my Instagram, CTS_vegan. And I'm about to go take a shower and get some sleep. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.